Welcome back to the UAAP Season 88 Girls Volleyball Tournament. On your screens, you have Joyanna Bongo, a fierce baby lady Tamaro at the net who scored 8 points last game purely from her attacks. To counter her, coming from the Ateneo Blue Eagles, you have Sabine Tomanan, one of Coach Bib's second stringers who really stepped up last game with her 16 attack attempts, proving that she is a reliable spiker who's always at the ready. We are live here in the Paco Arena for the final matchup of today's quadruple header between the Ateneo Blue Eagles and the FEUD Lady Baby Tamaraos. Welcome to the UAAP Season 88 Girls Volleyball Tournament once again. I am Kit Torre and I will be joining you for this match. We have two teams on the court, both eager to cap off the day with a victory as they get ready to give us some premium volleyball action. For now, let's take a look at the team standings. Earlier, we saw the Adamson Lady Baby Falcons dominate over UE, securing their spot not only in the Final Four but also keeping their undefeated streak. Following that, you have the NUNS Lady Bullpups, who we just witnessed defeat the De La Salle Zobel Baby Green Archers at 10-1. Following them is the UST Junior Golden Tigresses at 7-4. FEUD Lady Baby Tamaraos hoping to secure a win today and turn that 6 into a 7. DLSC Junior Lady Spikers 5-6. Following them, the UPIS Fighting Maroons at 3-8. Ateneo Blue Eagles hoping to turn that 1 into a 2. And finally, the UE Junior Lady Warriors still hoping for that one win. Now, this matchup, let's take a look at our top scorers. First, we have the only double-digit scorer from their previous game, NJ Udiagbala. Not only was she the only double-digit scorer across a very distributed points among the team, she really proves that she is consistent in delivering when given the ball. Over on the other hand, you have the Ateneo Blue Eagles, one and only Gian Damian, who filled up her stats in attacks, blocks, and aces as well. Not only is she a consistent net defender, but she also makes sure to serve from the service line. We have a lot to see in this match later on, so stay tuned here in the Pilipinas Live app as we wait for the first serve.
Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Ray Galvez. Second referee, Camila Banto. Let us now meet the starters for both teams. First, for the Far Eastern University Diliman Lady Baby Tamaraos. Let's start with our outside hitter, number 1, Leah Defosora. Setter, number 9, Chapalandra. Milwaukee and your team captain at number 11, Kathleen Umal. Opposite hitter, number 15, MJ Odiagbala. Outside hitter, number 19, Claire Bongo. Milwaukee, number 20, Aliyah Ona. Starting libero at number 24, Dean Paragas. Head coach of FEU, Joanne Buna. Now let's meet the starters of the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles. Let's start with our Milwaukee number 1, Gian Damian. Another Milwaukee number 4, Luan Atienza. Setter number 5, John Aon. Outside hitter number 8, Ainsley Santiago. Outside hitter and our team captain at number 10, Jelena Dae. Opposite hitter number 13, Aubrey Tai. Starting libero at number 15, Tisel Shaban. Head coach of Ateneo, Raymond Bates Castillo.
Let's take a look at the troops coming from the FEUD Lady Baby Tamarals. You have Udiagbala, Ona, Devosora, Bongo, Umal, Barandra, and Paragas as their starting libero. Over on the Ateneo side, you have Damian, Santiago, Ahon, Tai, Dait, Atienza, and Chabat as their starting libero. Now, these coaches are really sticking to their core six to kick things off for this match. So let's see what they've got for us to cap off the day. Long serve coming from FEU. Bomb set. And that's a free ball for the first game sequence. And a point to the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Ahon now getting ready to serve. And that's an ace for Jonah Ahon early into this set. Ateneo is up now by 2 points. And that goes straight into the net, granting a free one for the FEU Baby Lady Tamarals. Devosora now on deck to serve. Free ball for FEU. Good receive coming from Gomez. And that attack does not go over the net, resulting in a 4-touch violation. We are at an early deadlock now, with both teams at 2 points. And another error this early into the match. Off the hands of Devosora there. Long serve from Incy Santiago. Sets it to the open. Cross court hit, but Santiago's there. Diet brings it over. Sets it to the middle, and that's a quick attack. Tai brings it up. And Ona was there to get it, but she touches that white band. Point to Ateneo. Long serve from Santiago. Little mix up on the reception. This is going to be a free ball, but a little off angle coming into that dig. Santiago still serving for the blue and white. Might have jinxed that one as it sailed out. Ona returns that favor. Ateneo now at a 3-point lead. This is a good opening momentum on the side of Ateneo. And that service lands right outside the white line. MJ Odiagbala now serving. And that's a little too much power coming from the FEU opposite spiker. Both teams are racking up a lot of errors into the start of this match. Sharp serve. Cross court hit. And that is a point for Claire Bongo. Off the hands of Daet. That's an ace. Good receive from Gomez. Ahon sets it up. And Atienza scores her first point into this match. Captain Daet now serving. This is a free ball. Good receive. Ahon sets it to the middle. Atienza was there to cover. Ahon sets it up once again, but it's an out-of-system play now. Middle attack from Umal. And that's a point for the FEU Baby Lady Tamaraws. Despite the errors, FEU is able to keep that momentum in them. Let's see what they do with it for the rest of this set. And that was a service ace from Umal. We are now at another deadlock with both teams at 8-all. Substitution on the side of Ateneo. Jamisha T checks in for Elena Daet. Sharp serve. Ahon back set. That was too low for Atienza to bring it over. Kathleen Umal still serving, 9-8. Good save from Santiago. Gomez brings it over. But that was too far wide and does not make it within the boundaries of the court. That ball is saved off the net. Gomez brings it over. Sets it to the open. But Devasora puts too much power into that. Nine serving 10 now. Good receive from Pamailon. Quick set to the middle. It's alive. Set to the open. Devasora delivers down the line. Gian Damian is now in the front row. Let's see what she has for us today. Set to the open. But a net touch violation saves that point for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Ahon back at the service line now. 10 serving 11. Diagbala brings it, sets it to Devasora. Down the line. Ahon sets it to Santiago. And she gets denied by Ona. And Lea Devasora now serving 12-10. Ahon sets it to Damian. Udiagbal giving us a show after being quiet for the first couple of points there. Having a wingspan and the height that Udiagbala has, that is a sure, sharp attack. Quick set to the middle. Damian drops it. Udiagbala once again. And that is back-to-back points for MJ Udiagbala. Devasora still serving now. That's a short ball. Ahon sets it to Damian. Quick attack. Udiagbala drops it. And that was a failed attack attempt coming from Udiagbala. It's a 3-point game here. Santiago serving 11-14. Middle attack from Ona. Ahon sets it. He was not ready for that set. Coach Bade still supporting his players, keeping the mood light for the team. Long service from Ona. Ahon sets it to the middle. And that was a single block from Umal. Timeout now on the side of Ateneo. Once again, we are live here on the Pilipinas app, in the Paco Arena as well, for those who want to come over and watch the last match of today's quadruple header. Ona still on deck to serve. 16-11 now. Long service, Dait gets it. Ahon back set to Damian. That's a set to Udiagbala, who drops it through the block. The point gap is widening now between these two teams. Ateneo needs to make a successful play here. But that was a little too high and too far for Captain Diet. This is quite a run that FEU is having now, capitalizing off of Ateneo's free ball. Combination play here. And that was a cross-court hit from Bongo. Long serve. Ahon sets it to Daet. Daet sends it straight into the net. Substitution for the Blue Eagles. Luisa Del Prado checks in for Santiago. 20 serving 11 now. And that ends the service streak of Aliyah Ona. Blue Eagle top scorer Gian Damiana on deck to serve. Free ball for Ateneo. Ahon sets it. Tai brings it over cross court. Balandra to Bongo off the hands of the block. Balandra once more to Udiagbala. Down the line. Substitutions on the side of FEU. Givani checks in for Udiagbala. Also checks in for Balandra. 21 serving 12 now. 9-point game. And that service sails out. Aubrey Tai serves that into the net. Crucial error as we near the end of the set in favor of FEU. Long serve from Bongo. Ahon sets it. It's a free ball for UST. Set to the middle. Umal gets blocked. And there wasn't anyone to cover that ball. That's a cross-court attack from Devosora. Ona checks back in to the front row now. That's a service ace for Umal. The errors are getting too much for Coach Babes as he calls for a timeout. After that huddle, let's see what adjustments Coach Babes advised to the team, as they have 10 set points to chase here if they want to secure that first set. And that was an ace. Another one for Umal, capping off that first set. That was 14-25. An 11-point game between these two teams. They have a couple minutes to regroup, so let's see what Ateneo has for us for the rest of this match. Now that the second set is about to start, on your screens, you have Kathleen Umal, who served up that last point with an ace, securing that first set for the Baby Lady Tamarals. Now you have Gian Damian here, waiting to see more action coming from her. That first set was error laden on both ends, on both of these teams. So let's see those errors limited. On deck to serve, you have Atienza waiting for that whistle cue. Short service. Remailon gets it back set. And Perez scores. Balandra now at the service line. Good receive coming from Gomez. Santiago takes a try, but she sends it straight into the net. FEU has 3 attackers now at the net. So Ateneo will have to heighten up their defense as Balandra serves that ace to the back corner. Long serve. Ahon sets it to Damian. She drops it and converts. Now that they've broken the opening momentum into this set coming from FEU, Ateneo will have to capitalize off that. Permailon receives it. Balandra to the middle, sets it to the back. Perez. Balandra sets it to the open. And off the hands of the block, Amana converts. Sharp serve. Ahon sets it one hand, but was unable to convert that into a game sequence. Five serving one now. Gomez receives. Ahon sets it up to Santiago. Cross court. Balandra to the middle, but that was too low. And that point goes to Damian. It's an error coming from Santiago. Boston now on deck to serve, 6-2. Long ball, Gomez was there. Ahon back set to Damian. Balandra back set to Perez through the block. And that gets her a point. Long service and it sails out. Close call on that one. Damian heads to the back to serve. 3-7. Good receive from Ailon. Sets it to Perez. With the assist of the net, that score goes to FEU. Sabine Tomanan checks in for Santiago. Last game, Tomanan was really activated when she got subbed into that second set. And with that receive, let's see what she has for us. Luan Atienza with that sharp spike to the back. An unmanned zone on the back row defense of FEUD. Four-point game here as Aubrey Tai serves that too low. Long serve from Bongo. Ahon sets it up to Daet. Timing was a little late there. Coach Babes calls a timeout to slow things down. Despite this 6-point game, you can still see the Ateneo Blue Eagles smiling, keeping their spirits held high. All thanks to Coach Babes. Short ball service. Ahon back sets to Daet through the hands of the block, and she scores. And that service sails out. One good receive is all it takes for Ateneo. But that is a service ace coming from Captain Umal. Sabine Tumanan gets it. Ahon sets it to the back. Daet brings it over. Umal was there. Balandra sets it to the back as well. Bongo. Daet once more. And that point goes to Ateneo. That service headed for the antenna. Seven-point game now with FEU at the lead. Miscommunication on the receive there. That results in an ace for Balandra. As I was saying earlier, one good receive is all it takes for a successful play to come from the Blue Eagles. Tomanan tries, but she puts too much power into that. Substitution on the side of FEU. Also checks in for Bongo. Balandra still serving. 15-6. And it's alive. Will Daet bring it over? And she does. This game continues. Off the hands of the block. Daet gets it. Ahon sets it to the middle. Damian. Balandra brings it to Perez. Daet. Ahon sets it to Tai. Balandra. Perez once more. But she was out of position for that attack. Ahon brings it to Oso. Miscommunication. Who's that second ball? Umal brings it over. Amana rather. Cross court attack coming from Tumanan. Free ball for Ateneo. But that was instead a point for Alexa Amana. Substitution for Ateneo. As Santiago checks back in. Long serve from Amana. Ahon sets it to the back to Daet. Still off angle on that one. The receives have improved on the side of Ateneo. Now it's up to them to complete that play. Good adjust on Obritay. Balandra to the open. Through the block. That's Ayumi also. .11 game now in favor of FEU Diliman. As Amana sends that service out. Long serve. Too long of a serve from Santiago. Loreno checks in for Umal on the side of the Baby Lady Tamaraws. Sharp serve from Boston. And that's a point for FEU coming off a net touch violation called by our second referee. Long serve. And it's an ace for Bernadine Boston. Gomez receives. Ahon sets it to Daet. Crosses to the middle. Balandra. Cross-court attack from Oso. Another timeout on the side of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. with Coach Babes advising the girls. Let's hope to see some changes here as this set is not over. Long service. Ahon back set to Damian. And she scores. Damian now serving 9-22. Short ball serve. Balandra to the middle. Quick. Damian bump set, but that's a free ball for FEU. Balandra back set to Perez. And she gets denied by the Atienza Diet duo. Balandra sets it to the open cross-court hit from Oso. Substitutions coming in from the side of FEU. Samaniego checks in for Balandra. And Givani checks in for Perez. Givani now on deck to serve. 23 serving 10. Long service. Santiago gets it. Ahon sets it. Tai brings it cross court. Givani bump set. Samaniego scores through the Atienza block. We are now at set point. Could adjust on Tai. This is a chance ball for Ateneo. Atienza drops it. Good save. That is an out-of-system play for FEU and a point to Ateneo. The Blue Eagles are at a good pace right now. If they can keep this up for 13 points, we are looking at a deuce. Obritai caps off that second set and grants that point to the FEU Diliman Baby Lady Tamarals at 25-11 as we now head into set number 3. Let's take a look at our set 2 statistics. 25-11 in favor of FEUD. If you take a look at the errors, you have 11 coming from the Ateneo Blue Eagles, which was really delaying their chance at continuing their growing momentum. The spark was there, but there was not enough wood to keep the fire burning. Along with the 4 aces and that one single block point coming from FEUD, really set them apart when it comes to this scoring. We have another set ahead of us. FEU will try to make it their last, but Ateneo will try to stretch it to 5. The fighting spirit is still alive here for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Givani now on deck to serve. Long service, Daet gets it. Ahon sets it up. Bomb set from Gomez. Santiago off the block. Ahon. Santiago once again. Gomez was there for good cover. Daet makes a try. FEU. And Ono sends it cross court. Good receive on Daet, but that was a net touch violation. Coming from the Ateneo front row. Short serve from Givani. Ahon sets it up. Bump set. Santiago tried to adjust on that one. 2-0 run now for FEU. Ahon sets it to Damian. Gets countered. This is a free ball now for FEUD. That was a good block attempt coming from Damian. But the net was not on their side on that one. Daet receives the serve. Ahon sets it to Santiago. Cross court, but also was there. Givani back set. That's an attack to the middle coming from Samaniego. Four zero run now. Ateneo will need to break this momentum. Short serve. That turns into an ace for Givani. 5-0 run. Long serve from Givani now. Ahon sets it to Damian, who pushes it to the back. Givani sets it also. Cross-court attack off the hands of Gomez, and she scores. That is the sixth straight point for the FEUD Baby Lady Tamarouds. And that ends that 6-0 run. Now that the momentum is broken, Ateneo will need to make sure that they keep it that way and transfer that momentum into their side now. Ahon serves. Givani back set. Attacker was late. Ahon sets it to Santiago. And that is a block touch point. You can see a big improvement on the side of the Ateneo Blue Eagles when it comes to executing their plays now. Ahon serves that a little too strong. Spirits are still high with the blue and white. It receives that. Santiago adjusts. Also, drop ball attack, good coverage. Free ball. But miscommunication came from all those players. And they were unable to send it over. Also still serving now, 8-2. And that is an ace for Ayumi also. 7-point lead here now in favor of FEUD. Powerful serve. Front row receive. Back set to Samaniego. It was there. Ahon sets it to Santiago. Good coverage from Damian. Tai will give it a try. Also was there. Samaniego once more. Ahon receives it. Shabat sets it to Daet. This is a heated rally between these two teams. Daet brings it over. Also receives. Sets to Perez. And just like that, with a soft touch through the block, that point goes to FEU as Coach Babes calls for a timeout. You could see Coach Babes is proud of his girls for really stepping up to that challenge during that rally, proving that they do have the potential to really bring out the best in them. Long serve from Oso. It receives. Ahon sets it up. Too much angle coming from Tai, but that was a good effort and a strong attack. Also still serving 11-2. Shabat receives. Santiago cross court. And that was a successful attack coming from Ainsley Santiago. And that is an ace for Ainsley Santiago. Back-to-back points for this girl. You can hear the loud chants of the Blue Babel Battalion. Really giving the Ateneo Blue Eagles the energy that they need. Service error coming from Santiago, but they won't let that ruin their momentum as they have 8 more points to chase to tie with FEUD. Good receive from Santiago. Ahon sets it. Tai delivers. Giovanni back set to Samaniego. Too strong for Samaniego, and that's a point for Ateneo. Damian now serving 5-12. Quick attack from Loreno. First point from Loreno in this match, and that was a powerful one. That it receives. And Loreno back-to-back points, taking advantage of that over-receive for a regalo play. That was an out-of-system play and an off-receive coming from the Ateneo Blue Eagles. 10-point game now. 15 serving 5. And that is an ace for Samaniego. Substitution on the side of Ateneo as Del Prado checks in for Daet. Ahon sets it to tie. Not enough power to send that over. Coach Babe still cheering on his team as they have 12 points in between them and FEUD. Back set tie once again off the hands of the block. Giovanni drops it, but Ahon was there. Free ball for FEUD. Giovanni sets to Perez. And she gets denied. Good receive coming from Premailon. Drop ball. And that is a point for Loreño. Substitutions from both teams. We are seeing Sabine Tomanan once again. And on the FEU side, we have Princess Saluria on deck to serve. That is a costly error on the side of FEU. Sharp service. And that is an ace for Del Prado. Fresh off the bench and already scoring a point. Premailon gets it. Bomb set to Oso. That goes into the net. Nine-point game now. Ateneo is closing in that gap. Back set. Del Prado gets it. Ahon sets it up. Tomanan off the hands of the blocker. Ateneo is really giving one big fight to FEUD. Good receive and instinct on Giovanni on that one. Sets it up to Oso. And she gets that block touch point. Too much angle from that serve coming off Loreno. Luan Atienza now on deck to serve. 19-11. Miscommunication on that bump set, but also still takes that attack. Ahon to Santiago. Cross court, Premailon gets it. Giovanni to Oso once again. Off the hands of Tomanan. That is a check ball point. Giovanni now serving. Del Prado gets it. Ahon bump set to Santiago. Cross court attack. And she scores. Ateneo is playing it how they should be. 1 point at a time. Step by step, they'll close that point gap. Pramailon receives Givani, back set. Also was a little early. Ahon back set to Tumanan. Off the hands of the block. Pramailon saves it. Also once again down the line. Ahon to Santiago. Gets denied. Ahon to Del Prado in the back. He brings it over. Givani back set to Samaniego. And that was a check. That point goes to FEUD. Short serve from Oso. Del Prado brought it over. Samaniego takes a try. Good effort to receive that from Del Prado. But Coach Babes wants to call for this timeout. The heart. The heart is there for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. The smiles and the energy coming from this team are radiating as they feel a more consistent execution of their plays now. 10-point game, 22-12. Ahon sets it up. Del Prado tries, brings it over. Givani sets it to Saluria. Off the hands of the blocker. Strong serve from Oso. Ahon bumps set to Tumanan. Brings it over cross court. Saluria saves it. Samaniego tries down the line. A little miscommunication there, but Damian brought it over. Saluria, soft hit. And she converts, bringing us into match point now in favor of the FEU Baby Lady Tamaraws. Coach Joan Bunag's second stringers are really shining in today's match. Paragas bump set to Samaniego down the line. Shebat was there. Bump set to Tumanan. But that was too close to the net, and that error caps off this match between these two teams who fought valiantly to end today's quadruple header. Let's take a look at a recap of our match. That's 25-14, 25-11, and 25-12. The FEUD Lady Baby Tamaraws really made sure to limit the scoring of the Ateneo Blue Eagles, but one Lady Tamaraw shined today, displaying strength and grit. That is Ayumi Oso with 7 points, consisting of 6 attacks and 1 ace. You saw her for quite some time at the service line, so this is a really well-deserved award for this girl. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the day. Our next games will be on November 23, Sunday, held in the Blue Eagle Gym. You have at 9 a.m. Ateneo versus UE. Following this, you have the DLSC versus UPIS. In the afternoon, you have the UST versus FEUD. And to cap it off, you have the NUNS versus the Adamson Lady Baby Falcons. Thank you for joining us for the UAAP Season 88 Girls Volleyball Tournament. I'm Kit Kat Torres signing out, and we will see you all in the Blue Eagle Gym on Sunday.